There's always cameras around, so I didn't even feel like it impacted, anything about last year. The whole staff was great about staying out of our way, and I don't think, they were a bad crew at all to be around. They were actually really enjoyable, and obviously they didn't have a lot of baseball experience, so by the end of it, it was cool for them to like get a feel for what we do and how we operate. So we actually ended up mutual respect between both parties, because we were appreciating their effort as well. They were around up early in spring training and staying late nights, like in the facility in Boston. So, yeah, I guess I miss it a little bit, but it's nice to have some solidarity amongst the group as well. We could just be ourselves a little bit more in the locker room and stuff.
When you talked about throughout the end of last year, there were times where the rib was still hurting. Just the rest you're able to get over the last few months, do you feel like you're at that real 100% spot with that now?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's been nipped at the bud. It's squashed, and I had a really great offseason. It's probably my best one yet, just in terms of health, scheduling, just rhythm, the routine. It was really great. I'm in the best shape that I feel like I've been in. All the numbers in the weight room indicated as well, so hopefully it translates onto the field. But for right now, I'm in a really good spot. It was an awesome offseason.
So given the at-bats that you missed last year, did you change up anything in terms of the offseason?
No, not at all. Just, I feel like repetition is the father of success. I feel like the more I do something and the more I understand my swing, the better feel that I get for it and what I'm trying to do at the plate, the quicker I can make adjustments. So this offseason was just a lot about load, trying to get a lot of workload. I didn't take a lot of time off after the season just because I missed so much time. I felt like I missed 4 months of the season, which is pretty much an off season. So I got right back into the swing of things pretty quickly, started getting the volume up. And, I feel like I'm in a good spot right now to just, have light batting sessions pregame and let it go rip in the game. But, yeah, it was the lack of at-bats. Winter ball entered my mind, questioned it, but I thought it would just be best to have a full off-season in the weight room and, get my legs ready to play 162 plus.
You did take probably some more swings than you might have normally this winter.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just trying to get that volume up. I'm not sure number-wise, but or how much every day. I was just going. I kind of have this track in the off season where I start my machine work and then I'll be in a groove. I'll lose that groove for probably 10 or 15 balls, and then I'll try to find it again. And then after that, it could be within an hour or it might take 2. But yeah, that's how long typically I'll gauge a batting session for.
How much do you feel that, the 2023 season finished, third rookie of the year last year with the injury? How much do you feel this year you really want to prove that you can reach the potential that you have, reach the ceiling that you have, and kind of be the guy that everyone and you think you can do?
Right. I've definitely shown flashes of greatness, and that's appreciated, I guess, for a little bit. But what the fans and everybody else and my teammates and the coaching staff appreciates is consistency, even if it's not great numbers. I think just being out there on the field and posting posting in the lineup as often as possible is going to have the numbers be where they're supposed to be. It's just about staying on the field, and that's going to be my focus this year. Just trying to play every day as healthy as I am right now. I mean, it's probably not going to end up that way. Might be, cut up and bruised by the end of it, but hopefully with some hardware to show for it.
I would say, you said every day. Alex said he's challenging this year. Righties and lefties, he expects you there every day. And how much you like to hear that?
That vote of confidence is what I work so hard for. I want all those at-bats. I want that eighth inning setup guy. I want the starter, that goes that third time around, and I want it to be in the middle of the order. I don't want him to hide me in the 7th or the 8th spot. So, for him to have that confidence in me, speaks a lot, to, the baseball guy that he is, just appreciating my effort. But I think, it's just going to come down to having good at-bats and swinging at strikes and at least competing in those at-bats. And even if it's extending the at-bat to get it to an extra couple pitches for a righty behind me, or move a runner to make an at-bat easier for either one of the lower guys in the lineup, Rafael or Wong, to get that lefty as well. It's going to be great. So yeah, I think at the point that I got hurt last year, it was like 22nd, 23rd game in the season, but I had played all of them. So I think that's the expectation, for this year as well.
How important would it be to be the cleanup hitter for you? Does that mean
I mean, we have honestly like 3 or 4 guys that could be. So anywhere within that middle of the order, it's gonna be special. There's gonna be guys on base, for the 3 hole, but also for the 7 hole, for the 8 hole. So there's gonna be plenty of opportunities for everybody to drive in runs, me score runs, and and just score a lot in general. But I don't have any like preference in terms of where I would want to hit in the lineup. Even if like, I don't even know if it shapes up that me, JD, and Rafi hit all back to back, that's worked before. So we got righty power now that you could split us up with, but the lineup could go 100 different ways, and that's the beauty of our team right now.
What do you think Bregman means to the lineup? Just giving you that righty run-producing bat to balance things out. What kind of impact can that have?
Yeah, I think what he does best is just control the zone and swing at strikes. I think we do that collectively as a team really, really strongly as well. So he's just going to add to that. I think we go in there and we grind out at bats, and we have really collective understanding of what we're trying to do, just in terms of getting into the bullpen early and wear down pitchers. And I think he provides a powerful scrappiness, because he has such a short swing that he has the ability to extend at bats, but if one's left over the plate, it'll end up on the other side of the wall. So I think, his swing's going to play great at our home stadium. And he could hit fourth too. It's just how it shapes up. But what does it mean to us? It's just going to be an extra bat that they're going to have to figure out, and it's going to make a lot of our jobs easier just because he's going to be on base and driving us in.
You obviously are obsessive about hitting. We've heard about that and seen that for years. What did you do on the defensive side of the ball to get better over the winter?
Yeah, just a lot of footwork stuff. I feel like, especially playing first base, sometimes I get too caught up on my glove work instead of just letting my body stay in front of the ball and knock it down, and just focus on getting outs. I feel like sometimes I try to get a little too swifty with the glove. I'm just going to try to be a catcher, block more stuff up, let less stuff go behind me, and use my body a little bit more. I think that's going to be a big key. Worked on a lot of footwork around the bag. I know there's going to be now a couple extra infielders, and I just want them to have the confidence in me to just throw it over there, and hopefully I'll get it done. Worked a lot on my flexibility, just trying to make that difference with the stretch. I feel like now with the replay, every inch matters, and they say the game is 1 of inches, but I'd say it's smaller than that. So really just trying to make the difference on any end, using my body more, a lot of footwork around the bag, a lot of picks, and also when I say footwork, a lot of drop step too, because a lot of the times it's going to be a hard hit ball, lefty just comes up and smokes one, and sometimes I'm just going to have to wear it or drop step. So I was just working on really, really everything.
I know you like to keep tabs on a lot of the younger guys. What sticks out to you about Triston Casas in particular?
Yeah, I love his aggressiveness at the plate. I haven't got to see him live yet. I didn't get to catch him on my rehab assignment. He came up and took my number 36 when I went back up. I guess that was why he hit so well. But I think what I love most about him is his takes. He's in a yes, yes, yes mindset every single time. Yeah, he talks about hitting the ball hard in the air, whatever, but I think his swing decisions is what separates him, or is going to. Just in the quick glimpse of live at-bats from the last couple days, feels like he's in a killer mindset every single time he steps in, and that's what it's going to take at the next level. Because I felt like when I first got called up, I had imagined that they were going to attack me, and then I was going to scare them out of the zone. But they had, the pitchers are having stuff move so late now that they were just starting in middle, and I was chasing off. So that's going to be the battle that he faces, is just understanding what pitches he can handle. And it's almost like if it starts as a strike, it's probably a ball, and if it starts as a ball, it's almost a strike nowadays with the stuff the way it's moving. So I think he's going to have his hands full just with how aggressive his swing is, but that's also going to work in his advantage just because of the type of player and how his mindset works.
Facing Crochet and Chapman, it's probably good prep for you, right?
Yeah. I was really happy to see those guys get it out of the way, and I think that's the threshold of lefties. Those two big C's, they're coming at you big, long, lanky, and just downhill. Really good extension. I'm glad that's going to be my first at bats because I feel like everything's the stuff from anybody else might be a tick under.
Did you hear what Devers said yesterday about wanting to stay at third and not DHing, and kind of, I'm curious, one, if you heard it, and two, if you feel like that's something you have to maybe navigate in the clubhouse between him and Bregman, or, I mean, I know you're a younger guy comparatively, but how will you maybe navigate that and how approach that in the clubhouse?
I think it's Rafi Devers' position. I think he's the third baseman, and at that point, that's where it stands. And he's done it for a really long time now, and I think he's only getting better at that position. I think his defense is getting better every single year. We don't know what the future holds, but we know it holds Rafi Devers. So I think he's got to play defense. It's going to keep him athletic, and he's going to hit because of him being at third base. He doesn't know any other position. He doesn't want to play any other position, and he's going to fight for it, even if it's with any of the younger guys, any new guy. I mean, I think he's the best third baseman in the league. I wouldn't take anybody over him. So I think he should play third base. Yeah.
So you think Bregman should play second? Rafi plays third.
I think Bregman should play second base. Yeah. I think he's going to make the transition well. I think he's athletic enough to, and I think Trevor, is going to play an awesome shortstop.
Triston, there was a time you were the young guy people were excited about coming up from the farm system. What would be your advice for Roman and Marcelo and Triston as they come to their first game?
Just be where your feet are. I mean, there's going to be times that you don't do well, and you're thinking about, possibly getting demoted or promoted. Even if they're in AAA or even if they're up, they're going to be thinking the same thing. If they're in AAA, they're going to be thinking about the next step up, and if they're in the big leagues succeeding, they're going to think about getting demoted. So just one day at a time, one moment at a time, at bat, pitch, literally seconds. So it could be just something as simple as that. Just try to take in every moment for what it is, because I look back on that time in 22 and 23, and I just had so many worries all the time, and things were going to work out for themselves if I just played my game. And I think they're way ahead of the curve. If they've heard it from all of us, so just like I had when I was coming up. So that was the advice that I was given: just be where your feet are, and everything's going to take care of itself.
I know we asked you at Fenway Fest about all the trade rumors throughout the off-season and things that you were speculated to be in, and how happy are you just to kind of maybe have that a little bit behind you with spring training starting? Not saying that's never behind you, but
right.
You talked about too just wanting to be here long term, but also prove that you can have a full season and all that.
Yeah, I mean, the organization should absolutely do everything in their power to bolster this roster with whatever resources, including myself. So it was encouraging, actually, to hear myself in those talks, just to know that another team might have been interested as well. So I don't take it as a bad thing. I want to be here in Boston, and I want to play here for a long time, but it's it's out of my hands, and I'm just going to show up every day for work, wherever it's at, and do my best and give it my all.
You talked about wanting Rafi at third, wanting Bregman at second. Otherwise on the roster, if you're running the team, would you have Campbell, Anthony, and Meyer on the opening day roster?
No. I think we got some grown men up there right now that need to iron some things out. we need to show up and see what that first little taste of us all together looks like. I think their time is going to come, and it could be earlier rather than later. But I think for right now, the roster is beautiful. It's organized, it's great, and it's structured really well.